clocks it 4:57 mile for James Colgan.
He's broken the 5-minute mark again.
A huge day in the PGA Tour calendar. Every year, Players Championship Tuesdays, this Jay Monahan Commissioner's State of the Union press conference. Let me tell you how this is going to go. He is going to walk into the room and say hi to people as he, gets up on the lectern at the front of the room. He is going to begin with probably a 2 or 3 minute update on things. Oh, there's Joel Damon in the car right next to us.
You guys have a fun house this week?
We're at Jack's Beach.
Yeah, that's fun.
We went for a run on the beach this morning.
Are you an athlete?
Trying to be.
I barely got out of bed at 9 o'clock.
Hey, I have a book to give to you.
All right, I'm excited. I need something to read, actually. I just finished my other book.
What was that?
It's about dogs. Nothing special.
We'll do a swap.
This one might not be more
Deal.
interesting. We're still trying to figure that out.
Well, have fun going to your media parking. I'm going to the clubhouse.
Right up front.
I do know everyone is curious about the status of our negotiations with the PIF. As I've said on a number of occasions, you can't negotiate a deal like this in public, so I will be brief. I recently met with the governor of the PIF, Yasser Al-Rumayyan, and our negotiations are accelerating as we spend time together. While we have several key issues that we still need to work through, we have a shared vision to quiet the noise and unlock golf's worldwide potential.
He's still the same, very guarded, very protected, very corporate axiom-y self that he has always been.
Yeah.
And that's just a hard thing, I think. If you're a fan of golf right now, you're looking for a reason to keep watching, and we just didn't really get it.
All right, everybody, next up on the scoop is Max Homa. Come with me and we'll get set up for the event. Max Homa, welcome to the scoop.
Players related. Jim, just a favorite, how many years have you played?
I think this is my third, this will be my fourth, so I played it 3 times.
All right, looking back, what have you, what's your favorite memory that stands out for you?
Yeah, mine's a weird answer, but Saturday, 2 years ago, we had a ton of weather. I don't know if you remember, it was a year. So it blew on Saturday 1,000 miles an hour. This is the hardest day I've ever had on a golf course. And we had to restart to finish the second round on 16. So we are gonna have to play 16, 17, 18, and then come right back to 10 and play it again. And everyone I know is pretty anxious, and 17 straight into the wind. First group goes up, I can't remember who it was, but it's the big, I think it was Brooks and maybe Rory, it was the big hitters. And they all hit in the water. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the next group goes up and Justin was the first one to hit the green. And I was like, thank goodness. I saw that it's possible.
Awesome. Well, Max, thank you so much for joining me. This was amazing.
That was a blast.
Yeah,
I
thank
house
you.
ice cream. I had to slow
I know,
down.
it was good.
I was worried I was gonna finish too quickly.
Well, I feel bad because usually, I think non-dairy doesn't melt as fast.
Yeah, that was solid.
All right, everyone, that's all you get for now, but stay tuned for the full episode of The Scoop with Max Homa coming soon to our YouTube page.
I'm wondering, among the players, how much of a concern is it that fans are maybe feeling a little disillusioned or disenchanted by, the developments over the last couple of years, the splintering of the stars across 2 tours, all the talk about money? How much, among the players, how much of a concern is that?
Well, I guess it's a pretty broad question, and when you're talking about a fan perspective, you're talking about millions of people, and so there's always a lot of perspectives in that group. It just depends on who has the loudest voice. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think we're trying to do our best to create the best product for the fans, but we can't control whether or not guys want to leave. If guys want to go take the money and leave, then that's their decision. I'm not going to sit here and tell guys not to take hundreds of millions of dollars. If that's what they think is best for their life, then go do it. I'm not going to sit here and force guys to stay on our tour. But at the end of the day, this is where I want to be, and we're continuing to grow what we're doing, and what they're doing is not really a concern to me. And if the fans are upset, then look at the guys that left. We had a tour where we were all together, and the people that left are no longer here. And at the end of the day, that's where the splintering comes from.
I guess we'll start with the easy ones. Yeah, I mean, you know what I've said in the past on how I feel about it. Trust is something that's pretty tender. So words are words, and I'd say in my book he's got a long way to go. He could be the guy, but in my book he's got a long way to go to gain the trust of the membership. I'm sure he's got the support of the board since they were with him making some of those decisions, but for me personally, he's got quite a ways to go.
We just finished the scoop with Max. I'm really excited about it. I think it went really, really well. Now we are heading to TacoLu, where the owner, Don, I met last year, just runs this incredible Mexican restaurant. And he said he's been workshopping a new ice cream dessert for me. So that's what I'm most excited about. But we're going to catch up with the rest of the golf team there.
Hotbed with tour players during Players Week. Last year we were here. There was just a caravan of the courtesy cars. We're just coming in one after another. We're talking to Don on our way in here today, and he said that they opened the restaurant last night so Justin Thomas could bring the entire Alabama golf team. There's a college tournament across the street from Sawgrass this week. Justin Thomas brought the whole team here last night, hung out with them. That's the kind of meal I need to get in on. I'm a little offended he didn't invite me, but I'll get over it in due time. People in the golf world find it funny to put their press availabilities at 7:50 a.m. at a scrum outside of the media center instead of at a normal time like 11 or noon. And that person is Rory
McIlroy.
Yeah.
I said I would only be mad if I didn't have time to blow dry my hair, and I did. So Rory, I'm not mad at you.
I think back to that meeting in Delaware, and I think, okay, did we push too hard? Did we try to, did we hold the tour to ransom too much, the top players? And you look at, I think the signature events or the designated events or elevator, whatever it is, they really worked last year. Like if you look at the leaderboards, you look at the ratings, I felt like they really, really worked in 2023, and for whatever reason, they're not quite capturing the imagination this year compared to last year. And I think if I were to put my own perspective on it, I think it's because fans are fatigued of what's going on in the game, and I think we need to try to re-engage the fan and re-engage them in a way that the focus is on the play and not on talking about equity and all the rest of it. So that's why I said, the sooner that this is resolved, I think it's going to be better for the game and better for everyone, the fans and the players.
Moving forward, the golf game's trying to get that new audience, right? So with new content creators coming into the game, do you think it's really helping develop this next generation, this next audience in golf?
Yes, and I think I saw with Full Swing, people are so online, I think, especially younger kids, that it makes it more relevant, I want to say, than maybe if your parents just are trying to stick you in front of a TV. You can kind of interact a little bit more with what players are doing and make it fun and funny. So. Today is First Timers Day, so we're going to head over and talk to a bunch of rookies who have never played in this event before. If you weren't a golfer, what would you be?
I would think probably a golf instructor.
What about if you weren't in golf at all? Golf doesn't exist.
If I weren't in golf at all, I would hope to do something in sport. Not fast enough for a soccer player, but that would be my dream.
An interesting story about your mother attending the Masters.
Yeah, my parents, they went to the Masters in 2009. And yeah, my mom made a wish. She buried a coin close to a tree. I think it's close to the driving range. And she made that wish that she wanted me to come back. She wanted her to come back with me 10 years, in 10 years time. And obviously I didn't succeed to this. I won that tournament this year, which qualified me into the Masters, and I called right away my mom and I said, listen mom, it took me a little bit longer than 10 years, it's 15, but we're going back together. So that was pretty nice. Yeah.
Wow, that's so exciting.
I just watched Jay Monahan give Nick Dunlap his PGA Tour membership card, which was super cool. It's a little metal card that he was very excited to get. And then I just watched Jay Monahan walk around handing out Tiffany cufflinks to the first timers, which is a great way to start the week here at the Players. Rookie day was really fun. It's just so cool to like hear what these guys are into off of the golf course. I heard some guy has an F1 set up in his garage. Some people are like really into food. There's fishing. There's a million things going on. So it's cool to get to know these guys a little bit.
I'm curious, as a sports fan, do you look outward and feel like pro golf should invoke any one thing in particular that you really like when you look across the sports world?
As a whole, that I like the most is just that when you have all the best players playing together as often as possible, getting all the best players in the world together more often is just going to create more and more competitive nature, and which I guess would result in a better product.
Would you consider, in the off season, of course, giving like a 15 handicap, just, I don't know, one lesson, maybe at TPC, just play 18 quick, I don't know, just spitballing here. You don't have to answer now, give it some thought, sleep on it.
Okay, yeah, we can maybe do like a home and home, like we come here, maybe we'll spend some time on the baseball field, or I don't know, what do you think?
I'll give you some baseball lessons, you give me some golf lessons, you got it.
My dad's the coach, by the way, so anything bad that happens, that's on him.
Okay,
just remember
we'll
that.
bring your dad, I'll bring mine. Okay.
I think we've learned a lot about the state of the sport in the sense that not a lot is happening right now. We are waiting for some certainty across the board. We're waiting for certainty from the PGA Tour, we're waiting for certainty from the investors in the PGA Tour, and we're waiting for certainty on what all this means for LIV. I think that's kind of been the theme that we've heard from everyone. I appreciate the fact that some guys are willing to really push the ball forward. We didn't get a lot of that from Jay, but in speaking with some of the younger players and some of the most tenured players out here, there's a lot to be feeling good about, and that's even 12 hours, 13 hours before play is going to begin here. So that's pretty good.